Let's roll it, girls.
Hey there, welcome to this episode of Elvis and the Pink Cadillacs. We're your rock and ride guides, Victori
and Skyllar,
ready to take you on a pink hue journey through the Elvis's life and music.
But hey, quick heads up, we're not experts, just Elvis-loving gals having a blast in the pink Cadillac.
Our info might have a funky beat, but it's all about the fun, not the perfection.
Picture us dancing in the back seat, sharing Elvis tales, interviews, and good vibes.
Join our sisterhood of fans, share your Elvis stories, and let's roll together.
So buckle up, because with Elvis and the Pink Cadillacs, every journey is an adventure.
Hi guys,
Hello.
welcome back to another episode of Elvis and the Pink Cadillacs.
Welcome back. It's not like we just didn't record this like 5 minutes ago and then my internet went out and now we start over.
So Skyllar is on her iPad right now, so if the audio sounds a little grainy, it's because she's not on her normal microphone.
I know, it makes me so sad. Like, the microphone's here, it's not plugged in. It's just like my security blanket at this point, but like I want it to be plugged in. I want fresh audio for you guys. So, sad face, but
It's okay. I was on my iPhone last one.
And it sounded fine when you were on your iPhone, honestly.
I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised it didn't turn out grainy. I mean, it just shows how far technology has come since Elvis days. So we're making progress. What does Walt Disney say? There's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. I'm just getting ready for July, honestly. I'm prepping everyone.
I'm so excited. I'm like gonna be overwhelmed at Disney World. I feel like there's be so much to see, and I'm gonna want to do everything in one day, and I know you can't, and I'm gonna have to get over that.
Yeah, I'm gonna crush your dreams right now. It's not the most magical place on earth, and that's not gonna happen, and we're gonna have a heat stroke. So mentally prepare yourself.
Perfect.
I love Disney. Let's pay thousands of dollars to die of dehydration.
Love it. But guys, welcome back. I'm happy that we're able to record another episode for you guys that isn't within a month span. When I said our goal is to record 2 a month, we are really trying to stick to the 2 a month thing. And obviously we were supposed to have a guest today. Again, our apologies that we do not have the guest here with us. Unfortunate circumstances, but you have us, so it's okay.
Yeah. Oh well. So I'm happy though that we get to record and just kind of reconnect with everyone, because with those long month spans, I feel like we just totally disconnect from everything, and then we're come back and we're like, oh, this is like how we started. Because it's so easy to get caught up on like the next big guest, the next big thing. But again, if people don't want to come on, or if we can't get everyone on, we're the reason why the podcast started in the beginning, and it was for Elvis and not to get these big name brand people.
Yeah, it like feels like when it's just us, it's like going back to the root of like what this podcast was and like what it started on, like just two 20-something-year-old girls like becoming friends over their love for Elvis, and like this is just a place for us to really connect and like talk about Elvis. And I know that's why a lot of you guys listen to the podcast as well. Guests are amazing and guests are like super exciting, but when it comes down to it, it's like that's what this podcast has started on. And it's like I love the episodes of just us because they're super like stress free and very laid back, and we kind of just get to go wherever we want to go. Where of course when we have a guest, it's super like high energy, and like we really have to like prepare and like really make sure we're like on our game. So
unless it's Cody,
really love, like,
I feel like
yeah. Unless it's like a close friend, then it's like, oh, we're good, we're fine. Like, But
Oh
it's
my gosh.
like,
Cody is like a therapy session. It's like 5 hours and we just go for it.
God love him. And God love you guys because you listen to those episodes and I know they don't make sense. So we love you guys. And thank you for still being here and coming back to listen to this podcast. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Because I know it's confusing. It's confusing when
Cody
we're
in
recording it
Australia.
too.
That episode killed me.
Just pure exhaustion. Pure. And that was like right after we got back from birthday too, right?
Yeah, we were gone
So
as
even,
well.
yeah, even we were like, what day is it? Where are we? Like,
That was
it
wild.
was,
I feel
yeah,
like birthday was so long ago, but yeah, it wasn't,
right,
you know? It was
right.
only 3 months ago.
It makes me so happy when I think about birthday because it's just, the vibe is just something else. Like, and I love birthdays. So, like, getting there to be there to celebrate him on his birthday was like the coolest thing ever. And it just felt like you and I had like a little week long trip of just doing things in the name of Elvis Presley. And it was just like such a serotonin boost. And
Memphis
I
is
can't wait
such
to do
a
it
little
again.
time capsule too. Time moves so slow
Yeah,
there. Memphis time is its only
truly.
time. There's nothing that I can compare it to. I mean, the day that Skylar and I went around Memphis and we just were freely roaming, we were just like, what time is it? It's only 11? What time is it? It's only 2
Yeah,
o'clock?
it was crazy. Like, I literally felt like time was not moving, which was amazing. Like, we didn't want it to go by fast, but it really felt like we would look down and be like, "Oh, I'm so confused. How is it only this time? How is it
It
only
would
this time?" And
It
yeah,
was crazy. And it almost felt like the years there didn't seem so long ago that Elvis had passed either. Living like in Orlando or living in Arizona, it seems so long ago, but there, it only seemed like a few years. I felt like he could have still been walking down the street. Like his presence is so powerful just in Memphis alone because that man was everywhere, roaming the streets all hours of the night. I still feel
hmm
like his spirit is alive.
I feel like we have those moments a lot where it's like, "Oh, like Elvis passed away 47 years ago. Why does it feel like he was literally here yesterday?" Like, it doesn't
No,
feel like,
but
sometimes, like, when you just think about him so much, when you talk about him so much, it's like he keeps his spirit alive, and so it doesn't feel like he's even gone. So it's quite an interesting thing to deal with.
I still think about how I even got here. I don't know. It's just so weird because I know my friends that knew me like in high school and beforehand like didn't expect, like when people you have like a weird
hmm
transformation and it wasn't just like, "Oh yeah, I'm a fan." No, like I have a life-size cutout of this man in my corner right now. Like there's a difference. like my husband thinks I am married to someone else sometimes. Like, like it's a
Yeah,
weird it's a weird thing. I don't know how to describe it. It's just like I never thought he could be a part of community like that. But I think it's the same thing like with One Direction, with the Taylor Swift girlies. It's all those communities and friends that you make within this
hmm
journey and path. It's just so hard to find girls our age who love Elvis Presley. So I think that's why we're so knit and close because once you find someone, like you don't want to lose that person.
exactly. And it's like when he's such an important part of your life, it's like of course you're going to talk to your Elvis friends 24/7 to hang out with them because it's like that's like Elvis is like one of the most important things to all of us, and we love talking about him, and we love like going antiquing and finding his records and like trying to get as close to him as we possibly can since we can't see him, so it's like holding on to like those little things. And it's funny because you mentioned that because I had like a moment like a couple weeks ago or something where I was just like looking at my walls and I was like, where has time gone? How has it already been literally almost 2 years since seeing the Elvis movie and becoming a fan? And two, when did all this, all my Harry Styles stuff turn into Elvis Presley? Like, I just had a moment of like, I suddenly like was 2020 Skylar and literally actually before 2022 Skylar where all she cares about is Harry Styles. She just went to Coachella to go see Harry, like slept on the streets of LA to go see Harry. And then all of a sudden I blinked and now it's like 2024 Skylar. Velvet Elvis, Elvis records, Elvis posters, Elvis bookshelf. It's like, what are, it's a blip. It's like a blip in
I feel like
one,
it's such a different vibe
yeah,
though too between the two because
yeah,
I feel like Harry was so fast moving for you where you were doing all this like insane stuff like sleeping on the streets. And now Elvis, we're
yeah.
staying in a 5-star resort, stuffing ourselves with fried chicken and just hanging out by the grave in the morning. No, it's a different vibe.
There's
I
things
feel
you
like Elvis
do.
provides luxury. Harry Styles sounded like you were homeless.
Well, listen, when you, and I would be doing the same thing for Elvis. If Elvis was alive and I needed to sleep on the streets of LA to get barricades, I'd fucking do it. I'd be on those streets in my tent. I don't
I
care.
know.
Like,
It's just so like the fandoms are so different between the
it's
two because we are
intense.
also with a different generation for sure. Like we are,
Yeah.
there's very few young people, but when we crowd together, we seem like an army out there.
Oh, you know, if like, and this is where we get like sleeping on the streets and getting in line early to do something Elvis, is if they were to ever unveil the upstairs. You know, we'd be on those streets to go see the upstairs of Graceland.
I
If
think
they
you and
said,
I would show up a week before and sleep there. Do you remember the gate girls? How they would take off shifts? One girl would come and take another
yeah,
girl's spot. That would be us.
it literally would be. It literally would be. And so it's crazy how things were so different back then. And if you think about the 1950s, 1960s, 1970s fangirls, if they're looking at now the 2020s fangirls, they're probably like, what in the hell has happened? Like,
They
why
walked
are
so we could run.
run exactly, exactly? And I think that's something that when I first saw the Elvis movie, that made me also so drawn to this and so drawn to Elvis was Elvis's fans were literally the blueprint for being a fangirl. Like there, other than like Sinatra, like there was no other like fangirl screaming your head off, literally bawling because the person you're passionate about is in front of you. Like Elvis like was the start of that. And so it feels so cool to me, like just being a lover of music my whole life and being a fan my whole life to see kind of like where that started. I feel like that's like my root. Like I'm like, oh, like that's where I came from. Like love y'all. Thanks
I
for writing
almost
the blueprint.
I almost feel like we were like born in the 50s, but we're stuck in
Yeah.
20-year-old bodies. And
Yeah.
it's really cool to think about as well because the 50s were such a dreamy and sought after century. When we think about
Mhm.
it, like we see little like edits on TikTok of the girls fantasizing about what it was like to be in the 50s. So now putting that fantasy of the love and just the dreaminess and the aesthetic of the gowns and the fashion and lifestyle and merge it with someone that was dreamy, that was that aesthetic, that was that lifestyle, Elvis Presley, you get the epitome of what the 50s truly was. And I feel like there's so
Mhm.
much more that we're drawn to than like obviously yes, Elvis Presley, but the cars, the fashion, the houses, how everything worked, the food, the time, the schools, like everything. Like when
Mhm.
we go to Memphis, that's what it feels like. Like when you walk into the beauty bar where Priscilla used to get her hair done, that aesthetic
Yep.
is just so, everything was so glamorous all the time.
Yeah.
No one ever
It,
dressed down. Everything was just so glamorous. And I feel like that is such a vibe and aesthetic that we all want to like live out and live our best Elvis Presley dreams in the 50s.
it's so funny because it's like I completely agree with all of that, but then I think of like who us in 2024, like going back to like what it was like to be a woman in the 1950s, and like we would not survive in the sense of like we had like barely any rights. We were not able to speak our minds. Like men controlled women. Like you know what I mean? Like I'm like the part you described. I love, and I would absolutely like love to go back to that time. And then there's the second part of it's like, well, what was it actually to like to be a woman in the 50s?
I blocked that part out. But what was really cool though is like how we went into the 60s, how that changed. Like so
Hmm.
much. Like the 60s was just a revolution of change and women getting their rights
Yeah.
and standing up for themselves and just in starting
Hmm.
to wear shorts, pants, mini skirts, like
Yeah.
all of
Yeah.
that.
Yes. And I love that. And I'm like,
I will say the book that I had just read went into great detail about that aspect, which I really appreciated of how they described the style that was like in the 60s because you hear kind of like the lifestyle, but it's really cool to see like how fashion grew though from the 50s to the 60s because not only did it affect women and our freedom to like, show more skin, be more risque, be more ourselves, like not having to cover up so much. I mean, again, modesty, if that's something like you want to do, that's fine. Like but we got to wear pants. The girls got to wear shorts. We got to wear bikinis. Like we weren't like dressed from head to toe.
like imagine like wanting to have a lazy day back in like the
Yeah,
50s or the 60s. Like
you could.
I feel like that you couldn't.
You
You
couldn't even
literally
show your
couldn't.
pregnancy bump. Like that was they made clothes to hide your pregnancy bump.
Which is insane.
Did you know that?
Insane. No, I didn't. I was just about to say I did not know that.
Yeah, they would conceal it. So they would use fabrics to make you look like you weren't pregnant.
That's so sad because like nowadays it's like everyone like wants to show off their bump and like I
Yeah.
just it cracks me up like
The first pregnancy
yeah,
tummy to be shown was in I Love Lucy, and the first time they showed two people sleeping together in the same room was in I Love Lucy as well. So that
iconic.
show literally changed and like she paved the way for women to show their pregnancy bellies and to be able to be free and show off the bump.
Love, love.
I'm not pregnant, by the
Absolutely
way.
iconic.
I'm not talking about this.
No,
I'm just
I'm not
talking about women's rights. Just
equivalent.
clarifying
Not
that.
either. What would be
Actually, Daddy, I love him. I'm having his baby. Just
Daddy?
kidding, I'm not. I'm not. But your faces, though. Your
You
faces.
should have seen your faces.
What if I
That
just
is
stood up and I had a stomach?
the shock of a century. I would be like, what in the hell is going on on this day? On this day, I would be so shook. I, you could not tell from our most recent post. Been on a little bit of a Taylor Swift Tortured Poets Society kick.
I literally told
I
someone that I
can't.
wasn't a Taylor
Yeah.
Swift.
Why? What a lie.
I
Oh, I
know.
know.
Yeah.
I was like, what a, that's such a
I was
lie.
like,
That's such a lie.
I'm like, I don't listen to her a lot, but if they go to my profile, every song is literally Taylor Swift that I play over my pictures. So I don't know if they believed it or not, but it is what it is.
I mean, I feel like when people don't like Taylor, they just like to hate because she's popular and people don't like to conform to the societal norms that are happening in this
Conform,
day and age.
conform.
So,
She's so talented. There's nothing to hate about that girl.
I know she's kicking booty and taking names, and I love her for that. And I really do enjoy this new album. And my favorite thing to do is relate her songs to Elvis. It's like a pastime of mine. I love it.
Can
I
we
love it.
talk about the Rachel's most recent edit with the Beyonce song?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Because
That was so sad.
Beyonce, first off, be hitting hard with her country album, but also Rachel be taking songs and breaking our hearts at the same time.
If you guys don't know, Rachel is a good friend of ours. She is in the Elvis community. I think her Elvis Instagram name is like Rachel Marie EP XX, something like that. But she makes edits. It's shout out to all the editing queens out there because I cannot edit for my life. But
I don't
she
have
made a
time.
really sad edit, and it made me want to cry. And
I woke up,
it's
what
like
was it,
when you're
Tuesday? It was Tuesday and I was
tears.
done for already. It was like 8 a.m. and I was like, I want to go home now.
Literal tears. And literally sometimes I'll be scrolling on TikTok and the edits I see, I'm like, right in the heart, bro. Like y'all know how to just
You know what I hate the most is when you come up with an idea for a video, and you're going to record it, and then all of a sudden, someone has the same idea and they record it before you. I don't know how that happens. I really don't. Have you ever had one of those moments?
Yeah, I have had it, but I still record the video. I don't care. I'm like, if they think I'm copying, they think I'm copying. But everyone at this point is just copying each other, and what are you gonna do? What are you
You
gonna
can't
do?
do anything about it. Nope. Who was that
You
one
can't.
influencer? It was a big TikTok girly who did a trend, and then the girl that supposedly started the trend came after her. But she wasn't the one that started the trend. There was like a girl before her. And do
Yes,
you remember this?
I remember, and I don't remember what the trend is, but I do
Yeah.
remember
Oh,
seeing
it
this.
was a Brooke. I think it was Brooke or something, and it was a slicked back hair and how you look like a little boy like with a man bun or something, and she used an audio and the girl came out to her for that.
That okay, I was thinking about a different instance, but that just goes to show that this happens like all the time.
All the
And
time.
people care when it's like when it becomes big or viral. They're like, "Wait, no, I did that first. My video should be viral." And it's like,
I that happened to me on my other account though. That actually did happen to me. When Amber Heard and Johnny Depp were in court and they were doing Amber
mhm.
Heard was like she was talking about horses and how people would interact with horses. And so I took her audio of what she was saying that someone would do towards a horse and I reenacted it in front of my horse. Someone took my audio that I used, posted a video, and it went viral of them doing the same exact thing that I did off of my audio. So I understand kind of how that feels. It was a
Yeah,
nip in the butt because
yeah.
my video is really funny.
It is a crappy feeling, I will say that, but it's like that's just what happens nowadays, unfortunately, and you just keep on going. It's fine. Copying is a form of flattery. That's what I tell myself
Oh, it
to
happens
make
way too
me
often.
be able to get over it, honestly.
In
You
the
gotta
beginning, it
protect your
annoyed me. At
peace.
this point, I just tone it out. I'm like, eh.
Yeah. You gotta protect your peace. It's all about protecting your peace, Cadillacs. If you're ever sitting on something and you're like, God, this I've been thinking about this for 5 days, protect your peace.
You
You
know,
got this.
my quote is a girl's gotta float. That's my quote.
Girls gotta float.
Like,
Girls
if
gotta
you
float.
are on your boat and they are just weighing you down, throw them overboard. Just let them go. Block them, remove them, take them out, delete the comments, delete their text messages, and just move on. Your boat's gotta float,
Girls
girl.
gotta float. Girl, girls.
That's my quote. That's what I tell Skylar that all the time. Like, if something's happening, I'm like, tell them I gotta float. She had to float.
This is why I feel like we all just taken a note out of Victori's book. She's very. If you're a people pleaser, raise your hand. And I know some of y'all Cadillacs are also raising your hand too, because it is hard out there when you grow up trying to please everyone, and it's like no one wants conflict in their life. And we're not talking about any specific instance. This is just in general. As you grow into your adult life, you start to realize the things you do and the habits you create, and it's like, wow, I need to set boundaries. I need to stop pleasing everyone. I need to put myself first. I need to find my inner peace. Like it's a journey, and it's a beautiful journey. And I feel like Victory has it down very well. So if you guys ever need inner peace advice, hit up Victory. She has
I would
you.
love to help you and support you and love all of you because I love people. I just don't please people because I don't got time for that.
The girl doesn't have time, period. She
No.
doesn't have time
I think
to
we were
please
on FaceTime
Victory.
like 2 nights ago. I was cooking some chicken and rice. And this was like the first time I stopped and I was like, I don't remember the last time we talked. I got some I was wearing some red Converse. I was trying to do a little leprechaun leap that hurt my feet. We were having a good time. It was a vibe for sure. And then there was a roach in my so gross. I Y'all, my
Like,
house is clean. My house is clean. Skylar was talking, and then my eyes just draw away from the screen, and I'm looking at this roach that's in the mug, and Skylar's like, "What are you looking at?" And I turn the camera around, and it's just laying belly up in the mug, just dead.
mid-conversation, she's literally cooking dinner and she's staring at a roach, and I was like, what is going on
It's a
here?
Florida thing. I'm telling you, if y'all live
It
in
is.
Florida, don't tell me you don't see roaches. Do you have those out in Arizona?
No, I mean, okay, now I'm knocking on wood. We could, but I will say when I visited you in Florida, I noticed there's just a lot more bugs in Florida.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
a
the
lot more
moisture.
bugs.
And I live next to like a
Yeah,
lake and stuff, so they're just prone to be
yeah,
out here.
for
They gotta
sure.
float too.
And bugs gotta float. Yeah, what you were saying, it was so nice to be able to just like FaceTime and talk for quite a while. Like we both were like, dang, like we missed this because guys, when we first started this podcast, I'm not kidding. I think Victory and I either were if we were not texting, we were FaceTiming or we were talking on the phone like every hour. Like it was like there was not a second of the day where I was not talking to Victory. And then of course, like as the holidays happened, and then like especially this year, like we've both just been busier, and it's not been we haven't been able to like talk as much, and so in those moments of where we do have a moment to sit down and like have a conversation, it's like, oh my god, I missed you.
It's so nice. I also feel like that 2024 has been the year to like test my strength in
Yes,
so many ways. I feel like every episode there's like something new traumatic event that's happened to me. I got my wallet stolen yesterday at Disney, so we're just adding to the cake. I will say though, the DMV trip was quick. I'm like, I texted Skylar,
I
I'm
was
going to the
shook.
DMV. 30 minutes later, I have a new ID, so it did work out. I got a new photo. It looks cute.
I was genuinely shook. I was like, you're done already?
Yeah.
Like I was expecting you to be like stuck there for hours, and that's a
No, I
slay.
pulled up. My dad was already there. I went inside. He had to get his ID replaced, so he was already there. Took his place in line and shebang. I know, it was a good time.
We have to in Arizona, we have to by 2025, we have to get a star on our ID because it's like a travel ID because if you didn't know, Arizona's IDs don't expire for long periods of time. Like my ID does not expire until like 2060. And like everyone, like that is not a normal thing in other states. And anytime someone sees an Arizona ID, they're like, this literally expires in 2060.
So you can be
So
like, have
now,
your same photo?
yes. So like I've had it where like my grandma's photo, she looks super young in it. Like my dad's photo, he looks super young in it. And yeah, it's I don't know what is up with Arizona and why they do that, but now they're making it that you have to go in when you're traveling, and you if you're traveling, you have to have the star on it. So I don't know why they're probably just making it so there's not fraud or something. But I have to go do that soon because my photo, when I got it taken, I decided to have straight hair. And I'm like, I don't know why I did that because my hair is never straight on like a lot. Like and so anytime I will have people look at me, and then look at it again, and I'm like, yes, it is me. It is me. Thank you very much. I even had one time I tried to get into a bar, and they were like, can I see like a debit card that has your name on it? And I was like, it's literally me, but sure.
They're
Yeah.
so extra. That's what
Yeah.
they're at least they were nice to you about that. I go to the country bar local here, and I took mine when I was 16 years old. I had just got done long, but you saw my ID. You guys are making fun. It was that
Mhm.
bad. Messy bun. I look like fresh off the gym mat. Like I had been smacked around, and I was like, let's go take my DMV picture. And I go to the bar, and I look like this now, not that. And they look at me and they're like, wow, a glow up really does help. And then hand me my ID.
I would be like, okay.
Or makeup really, it's always
Thanks.
the comment of like, wow, makeup really helps. Or like, who's this girl? And I'm like,
If a man ever told me that, it's on fucking site. Like,
I I couldn't. I was
please.
just like, hee hee. And then walked in.
this this is the thing about episodes when it's just us. It literally goes like this. There's just no like line of like where it's a journey, you know? And
We're all 20 something year old. Everyone can understand. If you're not relating to this episode, you can leave. Thank you so much.
no, don't come back. Don't leave. Come back. Well, she was
Stop being
lying.
a
She was
people pleaser.
lying.
Girls gotta float.
Should we talk about some Elvis though?
Yeah.
Maybe, I guess, maybe. I don't know. Something
Yeah.
like
I
that.
think we should open up an Elvis bar.
Okay, so funny. Every time I am with Kelsey, she says the same thing, and I'm just like, I
Really?
agree. Yeah, she says
Like
we
we can
need an
just have an
Elvis
ETA
bar.
every night. Or
But
people who think they're ETAs every night. I don't know. Drunk karaoke Elvis songs. Like, could you imagine?
that's a dream. Honestly, that's a dream. Elvis week, we need to do Elvis karaoke somewhere.
The
I don't know
Memphian.
where, but we need it to happen.
Well, we're just
The
Courtney
Memphian.
Elvis karaoke. Hit us up.
I just want to I'm so excited for Elvis week, and I know we talk about it like 20 billion times, but it's just like, I just want to be out doing Elvis things with Elvis people. All that Elvis magic and all
I
that
am
Elvis
so
love.
excited to be there late at night, and we're just like, let's go do this. As a large group, by the way, not by myself and Sky. Like,
Yes,
I need
yes.
masses of people to go with us again, because after Sun Record, I'm not doing that crap again. Like, if it's nighttime, I'm
No,
not
and
out. I'm so sorry.
it literally, I agree. Honestly, I agree. But if it's with a big group of people, then I don't feel like
Like,
scared. And
big group of people to Beetle Street, anyone at night, that would be fun.
well, the problem is we also just like stuck out like sore thumbs, and that
We're
was.
gonna stick out like sore thumbs again. We're extra.
But we'll be with a big group of people, so I think it'll be
And then we'll stick out like a big sore thumb.
okay. All is well. All is well. Can we talk about for 2 seconds the freaking Met and Baz saying that there's an Elvis thing coming soon
I love how
because
he just threw that in there with his cute little laugh and then he walks away. Like the laugh heals it all. Like, oop, I'm
yep,
gonna drop this. Heh 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 heh. Walks away.
yep, exactly. And I think that's the thing though with Baz is like if he's at an event or like getting interviewed for something, he'll mention the Elvis thing, like the Elvis on tour or that's the way it is footage that he has, or the Elvis 4 hour cut. He'll mention it, but then we'll go for months without hearing about it, and it's kind of just like
I
okay, like
think it's just so well, I wonder who's working alongside of him. Miss Angie, if you have any to do with this, can we hurry the process, please?
I just can't even imagine like the footage that they have, and because there's two separate things and people get confused what he's talking about. So on this side there is the extra concert footage of the Elvis movie that Baz directed and created. There's that of Austin doing the full-blown 1970s concert, and he says he's going to release that sometime, who knows when, and that's when they talk about the 4 hour cut of the movie.
Can you
There's
imagine if they
that.
did that in theaters again?
I hope so.
You
I
would need to
hope
fly
so.
in, or I would have to go to Arizona because we would watch that
Literally.
together. I
Oh
would
my
not doing that
god.
alone.
I need it. I need it. I need it.
That would
Period.
revive summer of 2022 again. That really
It
would.
would. Oh my gosh, it would. I just got chills.
Like that was so
Unwell.
magical, and that's when I met Priscilla, and like everything went down. Like, oh, summer 2022 is a different vibe, man. That whole like,
It
oh my
is.
gosh.
Isn't it like sad though that you like don't know when something's really, really good when you're experiencing it until like years later and you're like, damn, like that was such a good time.
I know. It
It
happens
was a
so
time.
often though. Like we wish so much for the
Yeah.
future, but like as days pass, you realize you really had it good then. Don't be
That's
so quick to
another
move forward.
Yes, that's another thing that it's also just like another sidebar of a little deep inner thing, but I am so used to living such in the future. Like I'm always looking forward to the next vacation. Like I'm leaving for vacation next week. I can't wait. All I think about is our Orlando trip, and I think about Elvis week, and I'm like, I am fast forwarding through months of my life and just like completely not in the present. And I just keep looking forward. I'm like, okay, like I only have this many days, and then I'm on a plane to go somewhere, or I have this many days till the weekend, and all of a sudden it's May, and I'm like, where did this year go? Because you're just constantly thinking in the future, and it's like we need to live in the
Well,
present more.
it's so easy too, because it just shows you, like, even just with Elvis's life and everything that he was experiencing, how quickly things can change. With Lisa Marie, it shows you just how quickly, with my car accident, things could have ended way differently. Like, it just makes you want to
Mhm.
like live in the present, and like there's so much good coming, but like it's gonna come eventually. There's no need
Yeah.
to rush it at all. I mean, what? Like we started this podcast when I was 24 and you had just turned
25.
25. Yeah, now
No,
we're
I
both
was like,
26.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's
Right?
almost
Or
a year.
I had just turned 25. Mhm.
You just turned 25. I've been 25 for a while, but it's almost a year. Like,
Yeah,
I
this
was thinking
summer.
about the other day. I was like, what? We have to do something special for the year anniversary of this podcast. We
Well,
have to.
hopefully we're gonna have our new logo by then too. I am so excited, you
Yes.
guys. We are working with a lovely artist. She does like kind of old Hollywood stuff, and I like we are like just trying to come up with something that we can sell on t-shirts for you guys.
And we really want to hone into the very like vintagey, like 50s
Yeah.
vibe because I feel like that represents us really well. So we're meeting with her soon, and I'm very excited to get that out to you guys. And maybe wear one of the designs to Elvis Week. I don't know. I will be
That would
wearing our
be
But Daddy I Love Him shirt.
I
I
know. I
will
was like,
be.
I know you're gonna be wearing that one, but that would also be
Yeah.
cute too. I would love to have our little logo
Yeah.
on something like that.
I need to look when our actual year anniversary is because this is very important. We
I
should know
just
this
woke
off the
up. You
top of
woke
our
up one
head.
day and I said I made the account.
You literally did. You like you're like, this is literally how it went, guys. Victory texted me, okay, girl, let's do this. It had been months of like not hearing from Victory too. Like we both kind of just like ghosted each other. And then she goes, hey, we should do this. And then I got scared and I was like, wait, what? We should do this? Like, and then I'm literally driving to work and she goes, okay, I made the account. Okay, I announced that we have a podcast. And this is me. What is going on right now? Literally, what is going on? I was shook. I was shook.
I put together that whole edit. I was so proud of it. Sky was like, what on earth is happening?
I was shook to my core.
I know.
So, our first episode dropped July 8th. So, that is very soon. We are not going to be together yet, unfortunately. We'll be together like 3 or 4 days after that. So we can
Yeah.
celebrate our year together in person.
No, we can. We could do something really fun. I know the girlies that are going to Cody's summer festival will be there too. So we'll do something. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a whole celebration. Are you kidding me? We're going to Universal, Disney, the beach. Like, I don't know what more we can
True.
do. That's a lot
True.
of celebrating.
I didn't think about that, but like that is like so true. And it shows like again just like another Elvis magic thing. Like we just planned this vacation in the middle of July because of Cody's summer festivals and we were like, let's just go together. But like that's like also the year anniversary of our podcast and now we're pretty much gonna be together for that and get to sell it's like the little things like that. It's like the little
I know.
things.
I'm trying to work out a day too for Sky to come visit me at work. I want her to see
I
what I
know.
do.
I want to see so badly. I'm not even. I hope we can make it happen because I would love to do that.
I think we can. Like, if you went with my sister or something towards the end of the day, you could come watch what I
Yeah.
do. The
I would
viral.
love
They could
that.
go viral. Get our podcast up and going again.
Do you imagine I come in with some mini mic and I'm like, hey guys, welcome back to Elvis and the Pink Cadillacs. I have a special guest today. It's the Mummy Princess. Mummy Princess, what do you have to say?
She would be like, she would look at you and be like, what? What is that? Tap, tap, tap. She knows what that stuff is. You can't mess with her.
It's so funny. No, I would love to. I would love to do that though. Seriously, I want to see Mummy Princess. I have to meet her.
You're gonna have to. We'll plan that out. We'll plan that out. That'd be so funny. No one understands what I do in life. They're just like, what does she do?
Again? Oh, she has like 6 jobs. It's nothing. It's fine.
I have nothing. Not a big deal. But
Victory's
July's
an
gonna be
elf.
a lot of fun. And then I feel like every time we have a trip planned, we're always back to back seeing each other. So it's like July, August.
Well, and September because you need to come out for the Arizona Elvis Festival.
Oh, yeah. So I will be September. Yeah, August, September. I'll be flying out then. Bro, that's gonna be wild. And then January.
And then January, because we'll be going to the 90th. We have to. We can't.
Yeah.
We are.
So that's quick. Yeah. September, October, November, December, only 3 months.
You know what's crazy though is that last year when everyone was at Elvis Week, we were on these mics recording this podcast, and we were so sad. We were like, non-negotiable. We are going to Elvis Week, guys. Like, this is happening. And
Well,
would you look
last
at
year it
this?
just wasn't our time. We also didn't have that big of a
Yeah.
following either. So I don't think we would have landed
Yeah.
the impact that we would have with connections,
hmm
marketing. Like, this is the year to go because all the girls are going and we actually know who they are now.
Well, and like you said, like literally so many people are going to Elvis Week this year. Like I just feel like this really is the year. Like everyone is able to go, and
Yeah.
it had like we've been fans since 2022 now. We've now missed 2 Elvis Weeks. We're gonna be there. We're gonna be
I'm
there.
really
Thank
excited.
you.
I have
I'm
like I'm planning outfits. Can we talk about fashion for Elvis Week really quick? Because I think that's a staple for
yeah,
all of us. I feel like we all just like
yeah,
fashion. Okay, so
exactly.
obviously, I'm trying to think of the heat here. Bear in mind with me in that one. And also, I want to bring my knee-high cowgirl boots if we go to Circle G Ranch, and if I just jump over the fence at Graceland and end up on one of the horses' backs. I don't
Oh,
know. Um,
oh.
Angie, you heard nothing. That's not actually gonna happen. That was a joke. Just I'm gonna be kicked off the
Allegedly,
property
allegedly.
as soon as they see me. They're like, "That's the girl."
Sure. Get her.
Don't take me down. But I'm trying to think reasonable here because I don't even know how to pack boots like that. Like I don't travel with like boots. The last time I went to Arizona, I bought a cowgirl hat and wore it back on the plane. The amount of
This is
stairs that
true.
I got, that was unreal. So I can't picture myself wearing knee-high cowgirl boots on a plane. But I'm thinking, should I like I know people are gonna be doing a lot of athletic wear, but I really want to do like I have all my 1950s sundresses that I've been collecting.
Mhm.
Is that like this? Is that the move? Should I stick with
Mhm.
that?
Yeah. I'm for sure wearing 2 days worth of dresses. So I will be in dresses for sure. I know the day that we tour Graceland, I'll be wearing one of my dresses. So yeah, absolutely. That's about it.
Okay. I'm not every day, but like I have a few and I need people to
Yeah.
vote on them because I'm
Well,
starting
and
to
and people have recommended wearing dresses because it's so hot.
that's my thought. They're so old that I'm afraid
Yeah.
to wear them for the whole day.
Yeah.
So we'll see. They've survived Florida so far, so I think they could survive Memphis because Florida's way worse. Way worse in heat.
Mhm. It's gonna be great, and I was on live last night, and I was just like, I felt so uninspired with my outfits. Like I'm getting stuff, but I'm like, there's no rhyme or reason, there's no theme. Like it's been hard for me this
You
year.
know what? Whenever you come down, I'm gonna take you to my vintage shop and you will feel
Yeah,
so inspired. I don't think you understand. You walk into there, Orlando Vintage is a mall of just every decade that you could possibly want. And it's like candy. It is like a kid in a candy store. That is me in that shop. And Sky, you will become addicted. I have
I'm
2 dresses
excited.
on layaway right now.
Dude, I just want comfort though, is my thing. I feel like a lot of like vintage dresses are not comfortable, and I like cannot be in an itchy outfit.
It depends. The ones I get are comfortable because I'm such a
Okay.
fabric person. I need comfort
Yeah,
for sure. Oh,
I'm
there's a bug.
excited. Oh no.
God, it's flying. Hold on.
Oh no.
Crap, 1 second. Oh no. It scared me.
We will be back momentarily as Victory goes and kills this bug. I hope
It
you
came
guys
out
are
of
enjoying this
nowhere.
episode though, guys. Um,
Got it.
I know it's kind of all over the place and very impromptu, but we really appreciate like all your support as always, and um we wouldn't be able to do this without you guys. So and your support, so we really appreciate y'all.
I was hoping we were gonna cut that moment out because I just made a really weird noise and you just saw me kill a bug.
No, it's fine. It's fine. They loved it. They loved it. They did. I was talking throughout the whole time.
I swear, my house is clean. Don't be like alarmed.
I will. No, guys, her house is actually clean. Florida just has a lot of bugs, like I said. It's it's giving bug for sure, and that's okay.
Well, okay, some people dropped a few topics. I know we've been on and off with Elvis this whole time. People want to talk about underrated Elvis songs, and I know you have a whole slew of them.
I do, and I don't want to make the episode too long, but we can hit a couple of them. And I love underrated Elvis songs because sometimes there's ones that just get played a lot, and it's like, okay, like literally, guys, the
Yeah.
way that I learned Elvis's music was by pressing shuffle on Spotify, and that's how I found a lot of these. But let me just, if you guys don't know Inherit the Wind, it's one of my favorite songs. I talk about it all the time. Very underrated. It's from Elvis back in Memphis. That whole album is underrated. Like, seriously, go listen to it. It is so good.
Look what I just got.
There it is!
Yeah, I just got this on vinyl, actually.
Oh my god, Victor, you're gonna love it. I love that album so much. Inherit the Wind, right there.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this one, actually. I paid $30
You're
for it.
gonna
I
love
mean,
it.
which is a given. It should be because it has
Honestly,
like how
worth.
many records in here? A lot.
It just has one.
Are you sure?
Oh, why is it? Whoa, that's not the one that I have. You got a double. Oh wait.
Yeah,
Move
I
it
got
over
a
a little
double.
bit.
So what?
Move the. Yeah, you have. Okay, yours is. What's the other side look like?
Oh, Elvis in person at the International Hotel.
Okay, that's cool. I did not know they made those like a double album.
And he signed it. Many
That
thanks,
makes
Elvis.
sense why it was $30.
Yeah. Back in Memphis, and Inherit the Wind's the first one. Oh my gosh. I didn't realize it was two either when I picked it up, but this is really cool.
No, that's awesome. That's a good album.
So, Back in Memphis has Inherit the Wind. This is a story, stranger in my own hometown, a little bit of green, and the grass won't pay no mind.
Great songs.
They're all
honestly
great.
all great songs.
Do you know who I am? From a jack to a king. The fair's moving on. You'll think of me without love. I love Without Love, by the way. Without
Yes.
love.
It's so good. And You'll Think of Me is another. They're all so. I literally am staring at the album right now too on my wall.
Yeah.
It's such a good one. Talk about underrated. It could also not be underrated, and people are like, "That's such a common album," but
they're taunting me. They're taunting
what?
me. I am so. There she is. That's
Elvis.
all available through your RCA Victor dealer. Who's my freaking dealer?
Oh, I feel like I actually don't know if we talked about this because when we recorded the first time, but Victory is looking for the Elvis album, the second album
Please.
that Elvis made. Oh,
yes, that's how I will feel once I get the album. Celebrations all around.
She needs it in her life. If you guys find it, let her know.
I just don't like how the first and second album are literally named Elvis Presley and then Elvis. Like that.
It's so confusing.
It really is. When I talk about, I'm like, I want the Elvis. And they're like, what? And I'm like, the Elvis. This is actually really nice though, because this shows you all the records that he has made. Like this is all like authentic from that time. But
yep.
It shows me which ones I have and which ones I don't. Oh, that's nice. I thought I had Blue Hawaii on record, which I was really excited about, but it ended up being something else.
What was it? Do you know?
I should pull it out. I don't know. Maybe it's the first in line. Hold on.
I'm trying to think what you would get confused with. That looks like the Blue Hawaii cover.
No, it was Blue Hawaii, but there was a different Elvis record in it.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I didn't check. I went to an aunt's. I was really sad because Blue Hawaii is my favorite movie too. So
yeah. Watch it be the Elvis album.
I kind of want to check now. Idea. Wait, should I?
You should check.
Because like this was like a while back when this happened. Then I was really mad, so I never listened to it.
No, we need to know what the mystery album is.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. Oh, and then I got let me show you what else I got. This is so freaking cool. Hold on. I'm gonna unplug you. Okay. Just so I can hear you. So I also, when I went This guy brought in.
Love. Oh, so
Isn't
beautiful.
it cool? It's like such a cool little find. All right, let me see where this is at. Mr. Blue Hawaii. And if it's not Blue Hawaii, then I'm sad.
If it's the Elvis album, I
might cry. Oh, here it is. Okay. Okay, so this is what I got. Obviously. I got really excited. RCA Elvis Golden Records. Volume 3.
Which volume? Volume 3? Oh my god. That's so funny. Dang.
Yeah.
You go to play it, you're like, this is not Blue Hawaii.
I did. I put it on. I was like, the first song, what was it? It's Now or Never. And I was like,
you're like, what? What's in the movie?
When did you sing this?
That's so unfortunate. Oh my gosh.
I was really sad.
I do want to mention one more song that I think is super underrated. It's called Never Ending, and it's from the movie Double Trouble. And I have beef with Double Trouble. I do not like that movie, but honestly, there are some bomb songs from that movie. And here
I feel like
the start of it.
That happens all the time. Okay, stop it. We're gonna get copyrighted and then muted on YouTube.
Oh no, that song though. Voice is everything. Like, it's so good. If you guys haven't listened to it, go listen to that song because I came on it randomly and it suddenly became one of my favorites. So.
It's now or never. Dang it, that's not even Blue Hawaii. What is wrong? If anyone also has the Blue Hawaii record, let me know.
If you have records, send them to Victory. She needs help.
I have so many in there. I didn't realize how big my collection was. I also need to start taking pictures of the records that I have so I don't double buy. Has that happened to you yet?
Yeah.
Has anyone double bought?
I'm pretty good at knowing what I have, but like when I go with Kelsey, she will actually double buy by accident, and then I'll get the ones that she double buys, and I'm like, well, thank you. So then it just adds to my collection. But I'm usually good at knowing. I know. Shout out to her, Queen. But I feel like we've been all over the place today, and if you're still listening, we love you. Thank you.
So is this week, though.
Yes, this is, if you want to know what a FaceTime is like with Elvis and the Pink Cadillacs, you got it. This is what it is. Such a vibe. Such a vibe.
Sky wanted me to play it.
I did. And we were going to talk about some other stuff, but I feel like we're at 52 minutes now. I think we're going to call it a day. We're going to call it a day.
This was a fun episode. It was much needed. After what we have been through this week, it was much needed.
It was much needed again. So sorry, guys, for the switch up, but thank you for even listening. And as always, we love you guys. We love Elvis. We love talking about Elvis, and we can't wait to see you guys soon.
No, I love you guys so much. Have a blessed week, and we can't wait to see y'all.
And TCB.
Oh, I was waiting for your move, honey. You looking at me like I was just gonna log off.
As always, TCB.
And TLC. Bye, guys. Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Elvis and the Pink Cadillacs.
To connect with us, follow us on our socials at Elvis and the Pink Cadillacs on Instagram and TikTok.
And share your Elvis stories and experiences with us at elvisandthepinkcadillacs@gmail.com, and you may be featured in the next episode.
We'll see you next time, and for now, TCB
and TLC. Bye!
Bye!